I am inside my Ubuntu terminal on VS Code, and we begin by using the make directory command. So we will mkdir our first directory, which is make directory 1. Now we're going to list the files that we have available inside of our home directory, which you can see we are located by this tilde. Select ls, and as you can see, we only have directory 1, or so you think. So now let's use the ls tag a command, and this shows the hidden files. So if you add the tag a, it will show any hidden files, and you see we have multiple. So now let's change our directories and go into our first directory that we created. And let's add some files. So let's use the touch command. So let's touch in about 3 files. That should be good. So now we have 3 files located inside of our first directory. So now let's use the LL to long list all the files available inside of directory 1. As you can see, our 3 files are here now. So now let's add some information to file 1. So we're going to echo and let's use the simple hello into file 1. And then if we use the cat command, which also means concatenate, which basically will call the information that is located inside that file onto the screen. Let's cat out file 1. And as you can see, we have hello in there. Now let's add some more information. Let's add this will overwrite. We are going to overwrite the file 1 accident, but on purpose. So let's overwrite to file 1. And then if we cat out file 1 again, as you can see, we have overwritten. And I'm sure you're wondering, well, you don't want to overwrite your files. So now let's do the same thing with the first command, hello. Then instead, we're going to add double arrows. Now let's cat this file out. And now they're both in there. So use the double arrows to add in information versus writing over your file. So now I'm going to show you how to use the clear command because you don't want your screen messy. So let's clear our screen. Okay, so now let's say you want to move information from file 1 into file 2. So now we just use the mv command to move information from that file to this file. So now if we cat out file 1, it says there's nothing there, basically because there's nothing there. But if we cat out file 2, as you can now see, the information is inside file 2. So now we want to copy the information from file 2 to file 1, so both of them can contain this information. So let's copy file 2 to file 1. And now if we cat out file 1, as you can see, the information is there. And it's also in file 2. So say you don't want to necessarily echo information into these files and you want to go inside the text editor. We can use the nano command to nano into a file, which is a text editor, and we can add information. This is file 3. And as you can see, this is file 3. So say you want to save this information, you hit Control X and then Control Y to save and then Enter to exit. So say you don't really like the graphical interface, you can use the vim command and vim into a file. Now, your terminal or choice of terminal may not have the vim command. You may not have to install this yourself, but mine does include the vim command, so I can vim inside a file. Now, vim is a lot different, it's more advanced to use, and you cannot just start typing inside a file inside vim. So you do need to click I, and now as you can see at the bottom, it says insert. So now you can insert information. This is file 4. And say you want to save this. Now you have to hit escape so the file knows that you are no longer trying to write inside the file. You must hit Shift, then WQ, and enter. Now that saves, the W saves, and the Q quits the file. Okay, so now let's make another directory. This directory is directory 2, and it will be located inside directory 1. So if we do a ls command, you will now see directory 2 is inside of directory 1, as well as the 4 other files we created. So now let's cd into directory 2, sorry. Okay, so now that we're inside of directory 2, now let's add some more files. You can name them anything. But say we necessarily don't need these files, we can use the remove command to remove all these files. So let's remove file 3, file 4, file 5. And now if we do a ls, as you can see, it gave us nothing because there's nothing inside this file. I cleared the screen, so now let's go back to directory 1 so we can CD using the double dots. And that puts you up 1 level. Okay, so now we can ls, and you see we still have directory 2 available, but directory 2 is now empty. So now I'm going to show you the remove directory command, and we're going to remove directory 2. And if we ls, now directory 2 is gone. So say you need to do something more advanced and you need to pull up your IP address. You can use the host name /i command, and that'll pull up your IP address. As you can see, my IP address is right there and it matches. It's already there for I'm going to show you 3 ways to go back home. You can CD. I'm going to CD back to directory 1 so I keep showing multiple ways how to get back. So CD, you can CD with a tilde, which represents the home directory. And then you can also use the dots like I showed you before. Now I'm going to show you another way if you're multiple levels down. So I'm going to CD into directory 1. Then I'm going to make another directory and call it directory 2. And then I'm going to CD into directory 2. And then I'm going to make one more. Directory 3. And then I'm going to CD into directory 3. Now say we need to get back to the back home, we can CD of multiple levels. And now we're back home just by using dots. Now I'm going to show you some really powerful commands. I'm going to show you the sudo command next. This command right here is super easy to do. Allows you to do root privileges without having to sign in as the root user. So I'm actually going to update my instance, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So using the sudo command, so sudo apt-get update. Now this is going to update, so this is actually multiple commands in one for you, but this will show you how to update. But using sudo, you know, certain things you cannot do, like I could not update my instance if I did not use the sudo command. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to show you the -help command. So I'm going to sudo -help. This command actually shows you different things you can do using the help command. It shows you different privileges that the sudo user has. I'm also going to show you how to do the -help command with another command. I'm going to cd -help. As nice as you can see, it's just basically a rundown of things you can do with the command that's before -help. So you can call that command anytime you don't understand how to do something with the command you are using, or if it's not working properly and you need to see maybe you didn't use the proper flag or you need to know what flag to use. You have different options right here. Another helpful tip is the man pages. Now man is definitely more verbose than the help tag. So if we man sudo, it pulls up a whole manual of different things you can do in here. Pages long. So, you know, if you're up for reading, definitely check this out. But if you need something very quick and easy, then definitely use the help. And that concludes this video.